Welcome back to another episode of the You Know the Vibras podcast. Do you know the Vibras? Because we know the Vibras. This is your host, Michael Carrasco, aka Mr. Golden, and I'm with my boy,
Wanda Don.
So in today's episode, we're going to be sort of picking back off the culture video, but we're going to go a little deeper and tell you guys a little more about the Dominican culture. You will learn some traditions, some etiquettes that we have. That way you guys know. That way you guys know what to be aware of. But let's get it started with the quote of the day.
All right, today's quote of the day comes from Lou Holtz. He was an American head coach for football, also an assistant coach, and the quote is stating, "Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond to it." I don't know how much the numbers are, accurate.
Yeah.
But I would say I do agree with it because, life does throw you a lot of curveballs, and the way you react to it and how you,
it's all about how you handle it.
Right. How you handle it is what determines your future. So
Yeah.
I feel like that's real important. And also with traditions and culture in general, because, the way you apply, the way you apply it to your daily life, and also the way that you accept it and also can improve it and, find ways to, make it more adaptable to other people is the way that, you could change, that number. So that's the way I agree with this, where life is, 10% of what's thrown at you and then 90% of how you respond to it. So
yeah, no, I completely agree with that, because in life, like you said, you're gonna get a lot of curveballs thrown at you. A lot of things gonna happen to you. It's all about how you respond and how you adapt to those situations that you're in. So before we get started with the topic, I want to ask you a quick question. That is, how was it growing up in a Dominican household? How was it for you? What was your experience?
I would say, I don't want to say strict, but there is a lot of discipline with certain things. Like, for instance, you have to be home. I feel like every parent household is like that, but I just feel like you have more respect and honor your parents more in a way, because you know what they went through, you know what I mean? And they're not telling you these things just to tell you. Like, if they want you in the house for a certain time, it's for a reason.
It comes from experience. Right.
But I would say a lot of discipline, a lot of respect. Also, I'd say it's definitely filled with a lot of traditions. You see a lot of the things, like, it's like real repetitive in a sense where a lot of the things that go on in the daily life, like, for instance, cleaning. If your mother isn't working, like, that day, more than likely
you're spending the day
cleaning. More than likely, very early, you're gonna smell fabuloso. Shout out to Fabuloso, which
and
is
some bachata in the background.
So yeah, Fabuloso is like a cleaning.
It's one of the cleaning products that a lot of Latino people use.
Right. So if you know you smell that in the air when you wake up, it's gonna be a good day filled with a lot of food, and so that's one of the things I would say that would be. One of the things growing up Dominican is a lot of, like, the traditions are, very repetitive, but in a good way.
In a good way, yeah. I would say sort of the same way. Definitely strict, but like you say, it's not like super strict. Like, it's not like I wasn't able to go out, play with my friends, or stay at a friend's house or anything like that. I would say ever since I moved here to the U.S., it's been more relaxed. Like, I'm able to do more things. And one of the reasons is because where I grew up here in Maryland, it's actually less crime, somewhat from what I was accustomed with when I was living in Puerto Rico.
We should state, though, that crime is in every country.
It is in every country.
But the reason there's more crimes, for instance, in Dominican Republic, a lot of people wouldn't notice, but it's common sense if you think about it. There's less jobs. There being less jobs, like, if you hear a lot of testimonies of the guys that are delinquents or are, thieves, their story is they didn't have food. And they have to feed their kids. I'm not saying it's okay to do it, but I am saying that that's the reasoning behind there being more violence and crime.
Countries with less what do you call it, like
Well, you say a
means
higher poverty rate.
with a high poverty rate.
Poverty.
Poverty,
Michael
bro.
moment. Michael moment. Michael moment.
Yo, chill
We
out.
got him. We got him this episode, guys. Shout out
You-
to everybody that's supporting the Michael moments. There you go.
This
Poverty,
man-
sir. Poverty. POV.
See, now you sound too
All right, continue. No.
sophisticated, man.
Damn, another Michael moment. We got two
This
back to
mo-
back. Hey, celebrate confetti in the air. Can you put an effect or something?
Nah, I'm
All right,
not
thank
doing
you.
that. I'm not killing my soul editing
Yo,
this
two
shit
Michael
right here.
moments back to
No,
back.
but like I
Wow.
was saying, let's get
All right,
back
all right.
to
poverty,
it.
poverty rate, poverty.
This man.
Go ahead, bro.
But
Poverty.
like
Say it,
country
say
with
it.
a
No, say poverty.
higher poverty rate
All right, good. All right, go
tend to have more crime and violence due to the fact, like you said, like you were
Yes.
pointing out,
Yes.
people don't really have a way to feed their families, so they do whatever they have to do so their kids can eat and stuff like that.
Right. And that's what I'm saying, but not that are saying it's okay to do it.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Damn, and it's hard. It's like a double-sided sword, right? Where
Yeah,
you're not okay with them robbing you. Also, you're not okay with them robbing anyone else, but you kind of understand why they're doing
that
it.
happens.
Now,
Yeah.
I don't know. See, that's something that we should test the governments from these, countries with a high poverty rate to see if they do offer more jobs. If there is a way that they would limit the crime rate, because people always want to question why is the crime rate so high and how do you attack it. But you think it's so simple, just finding jobs for these people. But how do we know that they're gonna go and get that? If they're
Exactly. Right.
So-
And another thing is, once you like get used to, doing into
the
once
fast
you,
money.
Yeah, exactly. Once you start getting that fast money,
Yeah.
you get accustomed to that.
right, right.
But yeah,
Nah,
Yeah.
man. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I agree. I mean, I understand where it's coming from, but that's where we can say or talk about the crime rates and stuff like that in DR. Let's get more on track where we're talking about traditions. I mean, it could kind of be we missed out on something the What is Culture episode where a lot of people don't know. I don't know if it'd be considered a tradition, but in Dominican Republic, this is something for you tourists when you go to the country. I mean, most of you guys are in Punta Cana or Cap Cana.
yeah, you're not like
You're not in
with the locals.
With the locals, but if you are with the locals, make sure that if you see two guys on a dirt bike or on the 115, 115, I think it's a Suzuki, you're gonna get robbed.
Oh yeah.
If you hear that ging 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 ging, just know you gotta find the nearest alley or a car or run because you are gonna get robbed. Especially if they hit the U-turn.
Yep. As soon as you see that U-turn, it's like.
But one thing I should mention, not for you guys to be afraid, but don't go alone to these places. You gotta go with someone you know,
With somebody
a local, someone
yeah.
you can trust as well. So
Yeah, I feel like if you're gonna go to DR, hop on Facebook, try to find somebody like a tour guy,
yeah.
or somebody that you can trust on. That way, when you go over there, you're safer. You know the spots where to be, the spots where not to be,
Right.
and stuff like
See,
that.
that's where I come up with a question because I don't know if you've seen on YouTube. There's been a lot of guys trending, like going into these, like for instance, Dominican Republic or like Brazil, these like really dangerous like cities,
Bajo Mundo, yeah.
and going by themselves and like recording it like a daily life. Like they're like testing the waters to see how true it is.
Right.
Now, I think that, the locals probably are afraid to even do anything to them because they probably think it's like a setup. So,
Right,
but when
exactly.
you look like them, they're more prone to hop on you and take your money than from if you
Exactly.
see someone that's not like you normally wouldn't see there.
Mm-hmm.
You're afraid to. You know what I mean? That's where I think these guys are getting a break. So, guys, just if you visit these countries, just be more aware and be more safe.
Yeah,
and
just be aware of your surroundings at all times.
it's like
Not
here.
even. Yeah.
You
It's
go in
like
the wrong hood.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like wherever you go, just be aware of the surroundings. Know, what I like to do is, let's say if I'm going to a place where I don't know, I try to like know where certain landmark is.
Yeah.
That way I know how to get there.
Right.
And guide
right,
myself.
Right. Nah, facts.
Yeah.
But
Let's get into topic. Let's hit it. You want to go first?
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
one
yeah.
thing that you notice us Dominicans, do on a consistent basis, or it's a tradition for us?
right. So from a young age, I feel like this has to be the biggest one, in my opinion. I don't know about you,
Mm-hmm.
but it is when, as a child, growing up, you're known or you're taught to say bendición to your
Blessings.
older, family members.
Family members,
More preferably your grandparents and parents, but
parents,
also uncles,
uncles,
and close,
aunts,
yeah. But basically, asking for a blessing. You would be like blessing,
yeah,
and they would say God bless you. if you, I mean, it's the right thing to do, and it's tradition to do, and then in the starting parts of a conversation. If you don't do it, more than likely, I think some
Yeah,
won't
it's
respond, or
like
some would be like Dios te bendiga. They would just say it like expecting you to say it, but they would just say Dios te bendiga no matter what.
yeah, it's like
Basically, God bless you.
yeah, it's like when my mom call or I go see my mom. That's the first thing I say.
Yeah,
Like bendición, mami.
yeah,
That first thing off the bat, and it's something that, like you say, we grew up doing. Like if you notice, like if you go to a Dominican household with somebody, if you're not Dominican, and if you see them going to their parents, mom, dad, grandparents, or whatever, you're gonna notice that's the first thing they say.
yes. Also, one that can kind of slip in there as well is like a kiss on the cheek.
Kiss on the cheek
So
for sure.
bendición
Definitely for
with a
mom.
kiss on the cheek. Yeah,
Definitely
so
for
that's
mom and
something
grandma.
a lot of, I mean, not just Dominican Republic, like Italy and a lot of these
Italy.
European countries also have this kiss on the cheek as a.
Yeah, it's
Hello.
like in France, the French do what they call la bise. So it's like two cheeks on the.
Yes.
Yeah, but you don't really like touch like their cheeks with your lips. It's like.
Yeah. Some do, but nah, you're not supposed to. But it's just that's part of the Dominican tradition, and I feel like bendición is something that's like already like implied and installed in you in your brain to do it. And if you don't, you feel weird. You feel like you disrespected them. You know what I mean?
Facts.
But
yeah,
I mean,
big time.
some families are different. Like maybe if you see like a Dominican family that was raised here, they might
more
not
Americanized. Yeah,
do it. But real Dominican families are prone to do it.
Yeah.
So that's my one that I wanted to put out there. I think it's the biggest one. What about you? You got one for you?
Yeah, I got one, and this is kind of like I told people this, and they think it's backwards. But us Dominican, the person that walk into a place, that's the person that has to greet, not the people already in the place.
Like you're going to someone's house?
Yeah, like if you go to someone's house, you got you got to greet first. Before they greet you.
People, and people. It's crazy because people just sit
People
there.
get confused. Yeah.
Well, they just sit. No, what I'm saying, like the people that your house you're going to, they just sit there like waiting. So
exactly.
You'd be confused. You'd think like, what's going on? But I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like it took just a minute to
understand it.
To understand it, because Filipino culture is all the way around. Yeah, and yeah, I feel like that's a big one. Like if you don't greet, you either say buenos dias, hi, how are you, buenas noches, buenas tardes.
And if you don't do it, they will say it arrogantly to you, like buenos dias, like like waiting for it. You know what I mean? Like, where is it? You know what I'm saying? Like I deal with it at work a lot, because we have a lot of Dominican workers that come from the Dominican Republic. It's called a J1 visa. A lot of people may not know about it. It's a way for these students to come and tour, also work,
explore
make
different
money,
culture,
make money, and take help
money.
their families out and themselves out. But long story short, sometimes I go to work and I'm like kind of late, or I'm just busy. I don't have time to go greet them. And since we're Dominican, it's kind of like they're like, why haven't you greeted me today? So I'd like go into the kitchen and like ask for something. They're like, you didn't say hello to me today. I'm like, damn, I forgot. So that's what you're saying is
it's
really
like, all right, stranger.
like they wouldn't say it to me. I'd have to say it to them.
You have
them
to say it first because exactly.
Yeah, that's real big.
Exactly, and that's the thing. Like a lot of people outside of the Dominican culture, really like get confused with. Even like I grew up in Puerto Rico, and it's kind of like the same way as well. Yeah, on there. So
one that could piggyback off of that the greeting one would be people. Well, when you're there's a get together. I'm probably stealing this from you. When there's a get together or a party, if someone invites you over to the party and you don't bring anything, like a case of beer, preferably. Dominicans or Hispanics in general, a 24-pack of beer preferably. If you don't bring that to the party, you're probably not gonna drink and you're probably not gonna eat anything. They might give you something.
They might give you something. I don't know about the drink,
but it's
like,
something that's in the culture. Like you have to arrive, even though there's gonna be like 300 beers.
Exactly. It's like for my birthday, like when we did my birthday party, we had like 8 cases of Corona. There's still some leftover. Like we went there all the day to chill at the pool, and there were mad beers there. But that's a big one. When you go to, like, if you get invited to like a birthday party or something, you cannot come empty-handed. And that's little tips for
Yeah.
y'all non-Dominicans, not
You
Hispanic
don't have
people.
to put the BYOB in the
Yeah,
in the
it's
little,
already exactly. It's already established.
yeah, it's already
And like I
established.
noticed, like growing up like that. Now every time, for the most part, when I go somewhere,
Mhm.
I'm accustomed to bring something where it is, like if it's chaser. Like I always ask, like, hey, what do I need to bring?
Yeah.
Like I don't want to bring too much of one thing. That way we don't. And then it's like, who brought the chasers? Exactly. So
Nah, facts. Nah, and that's the thing. Like, that's what I like about the Dominican tradition, man. Is that like, well, and like it's just Hispanics in general. We're real like, we emphasize on these get-togethers, and everybody wants to have a good time, and
exactly. It's
that's what
like a whole.
you gotta add to it.
We
You just can't.
we are like us Dominicans, really like community,
Yeah.
family
Community
based.
driven.
Community, yes.
Yes.
So like every time we get together, it's like a community thing. It's not just okay, it's just this family. It's like when we say, okay, we're gonna do something this Saturday, you best believe all the Dominicans in Salisbury are gonna show up.
Yeah. Like, now I wanted to mention, man, you just keep bringing ideas to me. And this happens more in the island itself than here. And I seen it when I went to go visit my family. Everyone all right. So for instance, coffee is a big thing.
It is a big thing.
When you go to a house, it don't matter what time of the day, a Dominican house, they're gonna offer you coffee.
Straight black con leche.
Straight black. With leche maybe, but if you want it. But yeah, so that's one thing that's gonna be offered a lot. That's Dominican tradition. They're gonna offer you coffee no matter what. If you're not a drinker or whatever. I think I used to drink coffee when I was like 8, 10.
Oh yeah. It don't matter what age there's coffee right there. You want some? That's exactly what they do.
My sister, my older sister, she used to tell me, my older sister Anna used to tell me that if I keep drinking coffee, I'm not gonna grow. Cause she was mad short. Come to find out, you grow to be 6'4", so coffee might be the trick to grow.
It might be.
But so yeah, coffee is a big thing. Also, what I wanted to mention is when I was over there, food. Like you go into neighbors' houses, like walking down the street casually, they're gonna ask you, "Hey, did you eat today?"
Exactly. Yeah.
And everyone wants to make sure you good, even though those families probably don't have much money.
Exactly.
Food is gonna be on the table no matter what.
Like I said, it's a whole community thing. Like you can walk to, let's say, you go for breakfast to the neighbors, and the neighbors come down for lunch.
Yes.
And then you go to the neighbor down the street for dinner.
Yes.
No, it is like that.
But that's what I mentioned. That's what I'm trying to get to, is that like, even though like Dominicans have a mentality where the things that are important in life, they're gonna find a way to get those things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it's water or food, like I'm telling you, and DR families that are not they don't have no money at all, still find a way. If it's growing their own plants, they're gonna find a way to have food on the table. Yeah. And a lot of food.
Like a meal, the Dominican meal is the Dominican meal. Like you can feed two people, feed two people with one plate. Yeah, that's how big.
Right. So that's mine. What else you got?
Yeah,
I got a couple. I got way more actually.
Yeah, so you got La Bendición.
Yeah.
So we already said greeting. Now here's a big one. I know you hear the topic about time management.
Okay.
But Dominican culture is all the way around. Yeah. Well, not just Dominican culture.
Yeah.
Hispanic culture.
Right.
Let's say we're gonna go to like a party or something. On the invitation says start time is 4:00. That doesn't mean you gotta be there at 4:00. It means we getting ready at 4:00.
Yeah.
So you are usually expected to arrive 15 minutes to 30 minutes than the expected time, and that's like here in America, that's gonna be considered being late. But over there, it's like you on time.
Yeah, that's why some people purposely would mark things as earlier, but in reality, they wanted a later time.
Exactly.
So
yeah,
it kind of works out for them.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. And also, you could also talk about where Dominicans lie, not in just in general, but lie when it comes to like being late. For instance, you'd be like, "Hey, where you at?" They would say they down the street. "Oh yeah, I'm at the light right here." The whole time they just not leaving their house.
Yep.
Just not getting ready. I'm at the light. Then you see them 2 hours later show up.
Shit, what happened? Shit, you won't believe it. My tire went flat, bro.
Yeah. That's what.
No, that is very true. And I think right there we can relate to like our color people, our black folks. We're the same way. It's like we never on time for like parties or anything like that.
Right.
And it's like you already know, like as a host, you already know if you say 5 o'clock, nobody's really gonna show up until like 5:36, and then you have the later folks that show up like at 7. But at the end of the day, we end up going up until like 4 a.m.
Facts.
Yeah. So
Word.
what's the next one that you got?
I didn't want to really get into religion, but I do want to state that Dominican Republic is a big religious country. And a couple things I wanted to mention with tradition would be, and it's a fact as well, that many may know, is that the Dominican flag is the only flag in the world
with a Bible.
With a Bible and the flag.
Yeah.
That means a lot. You know what I mean?
That means a lot, yeah.
And what we're referring to about the bendición, and it's like it shows the religiousness.
The religiousness part of it, yeah.
And how, little things matter. So, for instance, what I mean when the country's religious, it's just like that they expect a lot of respect towards, the Bible and to Christianity or Catholicism.
Catholicism mainly.
The country is Catholic, but there's a lot of Christianity points and stuff around it. But one thing I wanted to mention was that around Easter is highly celebrated. And also
the first week of April.
Week of April. When is Semana Santa, right?
The first, second week of April.
The first and second week of April. So Holy Week is a big thing over there. It's like a week full of celebration.
Yeah.
A lot of people go to rivers. A lot of people
party. A
lot of food, family time. Also a big dish I'd say like a dessert kind of thing. It's habichuela con dulce.
And the cool thing about that is that it's only made on Easter.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. That whole week.
You guys probably like beans. Yeah, beans, but like
beans.
Sweet beans. Not like, man, you got to see it. It's like a creamy, I don't want to say it like that. It's like that's the only way to explain it. It's like a milk, like.
Yeah, it's condensed. I believe it's condensed milk. I don't know. My mom has not given me the recipe.
Yeah. With raisins as well.
With raisins, and then you throw some animal crackers in there.
Animal crackers, you can't miss the animal crackers or the Dominican, like the circle one.
Yeah,
the circle.
I forgot what they call.
Yeah. But yeah, those. Dominicans like a lot of sweet things. This is
we
not
do
religious,
like,
but the arroz con leche.
Arroz con leche, that's one. Dulce de leche.
Yeah. Dulce de coco.
Yeah, stuff like that. We love our sweets.
But the main religious one would be habichuela con dulce. It's made during the religion. I don't know the reasoning behind it. If it's because there's no meat. You can eat, so
you get it's high in proteins and stuff like that.
So that's one. Also, one that you were thinking about, I believe, was the one of the Day of the Three Kings, Dia de los Reyes.
El Dia de los Reyes, yeah.
So
that's and it's also celebrated in like Mexico.
It's January, early January.
So it's January 6th.
Yes.
So we have that's like the Christmas for us.
Yes.
Like we don't really celebrate Christmas.
No.
We do Noche Buenas, which is Christmas Eve, the 24th. We have like a big feast, with family and all that. But
our version of Thanksgiving.
Exactly, our version of Thanksgiving. We had that pernil on deck. We might have a whole pig out there.
Yeah, the whole pig.
The whole pig.
On the skewer thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you should mention, though, is that here we celebrate Thanksgiving and Noche Buena. But in the yard, they only celebrate Noche Buena. So you have
exactly.
turkey here, and then
over there you get the pork.
The pork.
You get the pork. That's like one of our top meats that we eat.
Yeah.
A lot of pork, a lot of beef, and a lot of chicken.
Yes, rice, and a lot of things.
Yeah, and then if you're like in the in the coastal area, a lot of fish.
Yes.
But yeah, the Three Kings is our version of Christmas. What is used to celebrate is when the three what do you call it? Because we call it los tres reyes magos.
Yeah.
So when the Three Kings came, when Jesus was a toddler, when within a couple of weeks after he was born, Three Kings came and gave him gifts.
Right.
So that's why we celebrate. And like I said, a lot of the Spanish, not even Spanish, but like Hispanic cultures celebrate that. Where over here, we just get Thanksgiving because, it's an American holiday. and then Christmas. But Three Kings,
One thing
yeah.
that you should add on to that would be, Christmas is celebrated with a tree and the gifts under the tree. You wake up, Santa Claus, the whole, everything.
Three
But the
Kings
Three Kings would be under
under
your
your
bed.
bed. Yeah,
I remember when I went to DR, like very young, I didn't know about it. And
yeah,
until my mom had told me, check under your bed, and I see all these gifts, I'm like, what is going on?
yeah,
Loreya left you there. I'm like, what? I love
yeah.
Loreya.
And I remember like when I was younger, my mom used to make us put we used to save like the shoe boxes.
Yeah.
Each of ones would save one
Mhm.
throughout the
Yep,
year,
yep, yep.
and then we will put grass
Mhm.
and mints, and we also put like a little bowl of water,
Yep.
and like she would tell us that, all right, this is for the camels when they come in
Yep.
and drop all your stuff.
Facts.
But yeah, Dominican culture. I would say even Puerto Ricans.
I know it's huge in Europe.
In
But
Europe.
Dominican adapt has it because like I said, it's a related
Yeah,
Catholic, sorry, and
Roman
then
Catholic, yeah,
um
holiday.
the Dominican having a lot of religious stuff behind it. So
Yeah, that's how we were brought up. It's like when we're here, like yeah, we celebrate Christmas, but when we go over there, like I remember when I was young, like Christmas Day, I was like, what? Why isn't nobody getting presents?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
and kind of like because I
Mhm.
lived in Puerto Rico, which
Mhm.
is more Americanized somewhat, but we still share some of the same like holidays and stuff like that as
Right.
Dominican Republic. But then as I learned, coming January 6th, everybody getting presents, we're getting little RC cars and stuff like that, and I was
Mhm.
like, oh, okay.
See, me, I've never, well, my household, I never have had a Christmas tree. I've never had gifts. I
Mhm.
just thought it was normal, you know what I mean? But I'd feel bad
Yeah.
when I had kids, in school or whatever, or see on video on Facebook or things, see people post gifts. I'm like, dang, I never got no gifts. I
Right.
probably only celebrated a couple of Dia los Reyes. I never really, it was just when I was a kid, not anymore, you know what I mean? But that will bring up a question, and I don't know how I would do it if one day, I have kids, if I would
No.
celebrate Christmas or Dia los Reyes. It depends, if you marry,
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, for sure. For
and be,
me, I would say my kids would definitely have to know the culture, whether, both my culture and,
yes.
the missus culture. Like,
So they're gonna get two presents.
yeah, and
Nah,
it's,
another
it,
thing though.
mhm.
So dang, Dominicans, man. Well, at least Americanized Dominicans have it made because
Oh, yeah.
let's just say the two presents, right? So Christmas and
And Reyes.
Reyes, and then also say for instance for the women, they have two Mother's Days.
Yes, facts.
So
That's another thing what we can hit on. So here in pretty much the rest of the world and like the U.S.,
Mhm.
Mother's Day gets celebrated the first Sunday.
Right.
In Dominican Republic, you celebrated the last
Yep.
Sunday. Same thing with Father's Day.
Yep. Mhm.
And that's something like that's why like everybody's like, oh, it's Mother's Day. Why you not posting your mom? Why you
Right.
not like giving her anything? It's like,
Yeah.
well, how I grew up, I celebrate Mother's Day and Father's Day towards the end of the month, not the
Right.
beginning.
Yeah, I go broke in May, man, because
You do both.
my mom does both, and also her birthday's in May, so I got 3 things to do.
Yeah.
It's a bad month for me, man, but it's all worth it though. Moms are highly appreciated,
Yeah,
especially
moms
Dominican
are
moms.
the
Shout out to every
yeah.
Dominican mom. Shout out to every mom as well.
Every morning out there,
If you're a mom watching this, shout out to you. So,
Shout out to you. Yeah. You're the reason why
yeah,
men like us exist.
yeah, man.
I don't know how. You know what? I'm not even gonna try.
Well, yeah, my mom went through a lot with me, man, because she had. Nah, that's too personal. I was gonna say I was a big kid. Just know that in her belly. Just know all of that. She's had a lot of trouble. But
Aren't you the taller one
bro,
out
this
of
is
your siblings?
yeah. But a fun fact, when mom did give birth to me,
How many pounds were you burned, man?
I don't
How many
know.
pounds
My mom
were
said
you?
I was the biggest baby out of all them babies there, and supposedly the doctor, he said in Spanish, she like, no, I guess I don't know exactly, but she like, damn, that's a big motherfucker. Like,
So
bleep.
you talking about
He's like,
probably
damn, that's a y'all look at my canción. He said some shit like that.
yeah.
To my mom.
So you looking, you probably
Nah,
were
it was
like
up
10
there.
pounds.
Nah, I was up there, bro. I think my mom said even like probably 11 or something. I'm not even trying to
God
exaggerate.
damn,
Yeah,
boy.
no. I was big, bro. I was big.
Shit.
It was C-section, man. So,
Ooh, yeah. I was born tiny
so
actually.
every time I used to, if I'd say anything to my mom, like she'd always blame the C-section on me. So she like have that comeback, like you can't, like you want this and that, but I had to do this. I had to, you're big. Yeah. So that's where. And
Yeah,
I appreciate her because of that. So
yeah, I was born really small actually.
yeah.
I was born like right under 5 pounds, man.
Damn.
Yeah, I was tiny. I was tiny, like I was light, but I was long for some reason. Like
Right.
my legs were
Well,
like.
Well, I mean, my brother, he's not tall, but he's average height. But I'd say like my cousins are pretty tall. But also, supposedly my mom's grandma, so
Was
my
tall?
great grandma was supposedly, I'm not sure, 6'4".
Oh damn,
Yeah. So
you could have been balling, man.
it maybe came from that, and also on my dad's side, I got a lot of height. But back to the topic. My last ones I was gonna talk about
Go ahead, man.
were referring to Carnaval,
Carnaval,
a
yes,
big carnival
thing.
that's celebrated in Dominican Republic. One of the many traditions during Carnaval would be the vejigazos. So basically, how here you celebrate St. Patrick's and stuff like that.
St. Patrick.
If you aren't wearing green, they pinch you. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
In DR, if you're not celebrating the carnival and you're just casually walking by or a bystander, they would hit you with the vejigazo.
Oh yeah,
which really hurts, or with the rope. Like, get out of
Yep.
here, you're not celebrating.
Yep.
They just hit you all your way up. Pop, pop, pop. So yeah, that's a huge thing.
And it's really, really
Festive, man.
really festive. Like you get like the authentic like Caribbean sound.
Yes,
Like
sound, costumes,
La Bomba and stuff
everything,
like that.
everything, man.
And all that good stuff. And
A huge party. It's like
it's a huge party.
Well,
yeah.
I wouldn't put it on the same
It's like
level
a big
as,
parade.
I wouldn't put it on the same level as Brazil's, but it's up there.
It's up
Brazil
there.
goes all out.
Oh yeah, Brazil. They
Shout
do
out
go
to
crazy.
Brazil.
Yes. Yep.
But yeah, that's my last one. I was the carnival. I feel like that's a huge tradition.
So the last one for me is actually what we call La Bandera Dominicana, the American flag, and it's a dish.
What? The American flag?
Dominican flag. Man, I'm still half asleep.
Michael
Dominican
moment.
flag. That's definitely a
Michael moment
moment.
Squared moment. Because that's not the word mishap.
2x.
Damn.
So
Alright,
so
the Dominican
let
flag,
me let's rewind. Let's rewind a little bit. So the last one, like I said, is La Bandera Dominicana, the Dominican flag, which is a dish that we will eat pretty much almost every single day.
Any time of the day.
Any time of the day. So that's white rice, red beans, and carne asada.
Or pollo.
Or guisada.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be the Dominican flag right there. You know, it never fails, man.
Nope.
Never fails. You get all your proteins, all your carbs all in one.
It's like the money when you just said that the money bag, yo shit, damn, you hit the spot. Came into my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that should be hidden. That
it
hits.
Yeah, so that's like one plate that, us at Dominican we will always have.
Yeah.
Like, we make different variations.
Tres golpe too.
La tres golpe, yeah. That's another one. Bro, that ham, all that stuff, man.
It just came to mind saying tres golpe instead of tres golpes. Dominican tradition, also culture, you drop the S. Just a little quick thing. Dominicans like to make their own language.
Yeah,
man.
we have a lot of slang. It's like, for us, like if you go to Puerto Rico, you'll be greeted with like, que la que hay.
Yeah.
Now, us Dominican, que lo que.
Que lo que.
What's another one? What's another good one?
It's a lot, man.
Vamos.
Que lo Kentucky.
Yeah, que lo Kentucky.
Shout out to Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
So yeah, they say que lo Kentucky. It's just Dominican add a lot of like swag.
We have a lot of swag.
Yeah, it's a lot of swag, man. Dominican. That's why the country and people are received with so much love, because it's a thing full of culture and tradition, man. Like, one thing I would say, and they adapt to everything. That's what I wanted to mention. Like, we adapt to everything, and when I refer to that, as long with the language as well, is where if you're in America, United States, whatever, they tend to incorporate a lot of American words into the Spanish language.
Oh yeah.
Not just Spanglish, but like say for instance, you know that truck is truck, so people in Spanish, well, Dominicans will say troca instead of camión.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
it's a lot of like similarities. You could kind of, if you listen to it, you would know that they're, you know, getting that from the English language.
And a lot of things that I notice is like, let's say if we speak into like another Spanish, like another Hispanic, let's say like somebody from Mexico or like somebody from Colombia, I notice at least me and like a couple other people, we try to adapt to like their what do you call it, their lingos and like their accent, just so they can better understand us. I noticed that big.
Yeah, that's true. And Hispanics try to imitate each other's language, like accent when they're talking to each other. That makes sense.
Yeah, that is true. And just like that communication thing, like try to like really understand each other.
Right.
And the cool thing about us, you know, Hispanics, we
Latino.
like learning, and like Hispanic Latinos, we love learning about each other, trying different things. Yeah, we have the picky ones like you that don't like trying too many foods, but we try our best to adapt, whether it is, you know, their holidays or stuff like that, and we try to show respect that way.
A lot of respect. Yes. Yeah. Nah, man. So yeah, that I agree 100%, and I feel like, for instance, where I wanted to mention was like with Mexicans, you would say way. You know, people be like, way.
Hey, dímelo, way.
Colombians, parcero.
Parcero, yeah.
You know, so maning for Dominicans. So it's just like that we adapt to, you know, people when you're with those certain keywords. But tradition is huge, man. And everyone has tradition. Like everyone has culture as well. So you just have to stick by it. And also if you know.
Embrace it too.
Embrace it.
And don't be afraid to learn new culture. Honestly, that's I feel like that's the way that you're gonna have the best life possible, because you learn how to have fun with different cultures.
Yeah,
it's like I have a couple friends that are from the Middle East, and, you know, Arabic speaking, Arab. Their culture. It's like every time you greet somebody, you say "Salam alaikum," and say "Malaikum salam." So I kind of like learned that, and I feel like I feel like I'm showing respect for their culture. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, don't be afraid to, you know, learn different things that, like, let's say like for Dominicans, when you walk in somebody's house, greet them, like stuff like that. And I feel like they will appreciate that a lot more, and will respect you more as a person, and you get to actually partake in that culture.
Yes, yes, and some may even be able to identify or, you know, embrace it and feel a part of it when they do things like that. The last thing I wanted to mention was respect the things that those traditions or countries respect. Like for instance, here a lot of people that come from outside, or you're driving here, a lot of people don't know the culture and the traditions that go along with driving. For instance, here in Maryland, but I know a lot of people know of the geese. A lot of Dominicans don't know about the geese and how much they're respected.
Oh yeah, we'd be like,
yeah. So, but yeah. Well, something I've heard a lot, and
run it over, put it in the back of the car, take it home, skin it.
Yeah,
right, we eating good tonight.
Like, in DR, these geese wouldn't survive because everybody would have been cooking them.
But, yeah, we cook everything.
That's what I'm referring to, where I want to say respect each other's traditions and respect, you know, the country and their values, because it's important to a lot of people. Some people may take offense to certain things. So.
Yeah, big facts on there.
Let us know in the comments what you learned from today's episode. What's your favorite tradition? Something that, you know, shocked you, and something that you found that, you know,
that you enjoyed.
Or let us know your traditions.
Yeah, let us know one thing that you do within your tradition that's different from ours.
Right.
Let us know that in the comments. If you're listening to this, let us know in the reviews. And yeah. So closing time to this is the longest episode we ever had.
Episode. So if you made it this far, let's see who made it this far. Comment 40.
Comment 40.
The number 40. This is
the number 40.
This is the longest episode we've made. It's surpassing 40 minutes. But it's episode 26. We're nearing
the end of season 1.
The 30 episode mark, the end of season 1. Anxious, ready for
for the
A new
second
journey.
New journey. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I would say new
Well,
journey.
it would be
no, well,
because
new chapter.
new chapter because
New chapter on the books of the the
the
Vibras.
variety and difference is gonna have. You guys
Yeah.
will see, man. That's all we can
Yes,
say.
a lot of things coming. Like you I know you keep mentioning it sounds cliche and all that,
Very
but
cliche.
we got a lot of surprises. I would say
Collabs,
a lot of
collabs,
collabs coming.
shout out to our people, man. We never shouted them out. Well, we shouted them out once, but they showing us love. We showing them love back. Shout out to Quest and Friends. Shout out to two Qs in the pod, Quest and
Coochie, man.
Shout out to the fam. Oh, shout out to my boy Vin as well. He's a part of Quest and Friends. Yeah, so a lot of collabs coming. Hope with them very soon. We missed out on a lot of episodes. We talk on the phone and great bangers that you guys.
I know,
enjoy,
yeah,
man.
like the conversation we having on the phone.
We thought we were
like,
taped the other day. Man.
I know, bro. I was like, bro, I hope you were recording because this
Yeah.
would have been
a banger.
a banger. Yeah.
Yeah, so stay
Shout
tuned,
out to
man.
them. You know, go check them out. We'll leave some of their information and links. That way you guys can check them out.
Yes.
Uh,
More collabs
yeah,
coming
more
man.
collabs coming
If
up.
you want a collab, hit us up.
Hit us up. We down for
We'll
anything.
travel, and eventually with the new set, if you guys want to come through, we can
Yeah,
figure it out.
as long as you
Virtual
know.
as well, or whatever.
Virtual as well. We kind of like playing it, see how everything goes. You know, with the whole COVID situation,
Yeah.
we're trying to keep everybody as safe as possible. So if we do end up having people come through, we're gonna have some restrictions
Yeah.
and all that. But
Yeah. So thank you guys. Remember to comment 40 if you made it this far, just to see who actually is listening to the end.
Yes,
Shout
sir.
out to you guys. We appreciate you a lot. Thank you for enjoying the whole episode. It was a great one. I'm glad that we got to share our traditions and culture. Hopefully you enjoyed. Remember to subscribe on every digital platform, and always subscribe
and let's vibe. And leave a review if you're listening.
Yes, please. Shout out to the